Hey there, it's Luke, the founder of Friday, and I wanted to show you how posts work. To give you a little bit of background on why we built posts, the basic rationale is that there's a lot of longer form discussion that happens in Slack threads or Microsoft Teams threads that should really live in its own place. Think of it as like a really important conversation that requires some back and forth that oftentimes lays a foundation for more effective meetings. And specifically, what makes posts different than something like routines is that posts is for ad hoc communication or ad hoc, meeting notes or announcements or ideas or proposals. It's not reoccurring communication generally. It is ad hoc communication. And so, yeah, let me just walk you through how this works. So you can see here I just created a sample post. But the basic idea is if you create a post, we have a few different post types, and we will allow you to create your own in the future. But yeah, if I wanted to, let's say, capture some meeting notes, I could do that here, right? And so I could say, okay, I had a one-on-one meeting with Jane. Quick recap. Right? And so I could just quickly assign a title and a summary. Then I can, this is not rocket science, I can write the contents of the post. So we do allow for some markdown formatting. So you could say, Jane would like to chat about career growth next time. Projects are going well. You get the point, right? And we have different slash commands, right? And you can highlight things. It's pretty straightforward, right? And so here, when I go to publish, I can publish it to certain stakeholders. So maybe this is just something I want to keep track of, but maybe it's something that my teammate. So here's a sample teammate. Maybe it's something that I should share with a defined group of people. So in Friday, when it comes to visibility, these are the people that are on your Friday account, right? So if we had a team created, you'd be able to select a team. You could select the entire company if you wanted. It's really up to you. So you have complete control over who the people are that can see this thing. You could also assign it a tag, and if you have the Slack integration connected, you can highlight specific Slack channels to post to. So in this specific example, what I could do is I could say, okay, I took this one-on-one meeting note and I want to share it with the person that I was in the meeting with. I want this to be delivered over email, right? So I could have it delivered to any of the stakeholders defined here. In the example of Slack, what I could do, let's use an example like an announcement. I could push something like an announcement post into an entire channel. I don't have a Slack account set up on this sample account, but I could pick and choose a channel to push this into for maximum visibility. So if you think about something like, let's say, a company announcement, that might be something where you push it out over Slack and email, right, to maximize visibility and distribution. So for this example, I'm just going to share it out over email, and that will be delivered to the stakeholders. Now, if I go back to posts, this is a way of kind of keeping that chronological order. So if I say, okay, let's show me the meeting notes that I took, right? So for every post type, you'll be able to filter and see a chronological feed. What's really cool and what I really, really love about posts is the ability to pin a post. So if you think about, especially as a leader, something like a company announcement or even just like a State of the Union type post, you always run into this issue where if I post it in an email, it's quickly lost in someone's inbox. If I post something into Slack, the probability of it not being seen is pretty high, right? Especially if the channel is active. And so how do you kind of guarantee or how do you increase the chances that your message, especially as a leader, is seen by the broader group? Well, if you pin the post, here's what happens. If you pin the post, not only does it show up, with the rest of the post. So let me just jump back out. Right, the pinned posts show up at the top, but also in Friday, when viewing the Today view, we will pin the post onto the Today view. So for teams and organizations where individuals are using the planner and the today view to organize and keep track of their own work, what we do here is we will pin certain posts to maximize visibility, right? So once again, this increases the probability that people will see the thing that you really, really want them to see, right? Additionally, I forgot to mention this, but additionally, for the stakeholders that have visibility access, they can just quickly leave emojis. And you can also tag people, right? So I have a sample account here, and I can tag and leave comments. They will then be notified, based on their notification preferences. We can push this directly into Slack through the Friday bot if they want really the maximum distribution. This can also be sent over email as well. But you can see here, in this example, this is not the best example because it's not a truly long form piece of content. But the idea is it's a chronological feed of longer form content in which there are reactions and discussions, and some of which is prioritized and highlighted for the benefit of the broader group. So in a nutshell, posts is a way that you can kickstart really important meetings by giving a bedrock or a foundation for the discussion. Some of the discussion can take place in a post, which accelerates the time and the effectiveness of the meeting. I hope this helps and I hope this makes sense, but post is really cool. I really love it for announcements, for sharing a State of the Union, for sharing meeting notes that I have with stakeholders, sometimes some of my investors. It's just a way of really kind of pushing out information that the rest of the team or the company really, really needs to see. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.